Hey, do you think there are cognitive benefits of keto?
Yeah, I think keto is probably the best diet when it comes to your cognitive ability. That plus fasting, basically your best diet when it comes to your cognitive benefits. Whereas like if you have a high carbohydrate meal or a high carbohydrate diet, it's definitely the exact opposite of cognitive benefits.
What happens when you're on a high carb diet?
I mean, basically you crash. I mean, we all kind of experience this, right? When you have a high sugar diet or high carbohydrate meal, you crash, right? What happens when you eat pizza or you eat candy? You know, your body crashes from the spike of glycogen, the spike of sugars, and then the rapid decreasing of the sugars or glycogen in your system.
So that's why you fall asleep pretty hard.
Yeah, like like when I was about like 21 years old, I had gotten into this like really crazy diet, and anyways, it was a lot of food, and I was eating 8 times a day, working out really heavy. I got up to 255, and which required just a ton of food, and I was sleeping all day. You know, I was sleeping 8 hours a night, plus taking an hour or two nap throughout the day as well.
Okay, and then like what are the cognitive benefits of keto aside from maybe having more energy?
I mean, more energy is probably your biggest one. Mental clarity. You're going to think more efficiently. I think that when you have a high-fat diet, your neurotransmitters work significantly better, right? So think of your brain as having all these little cells and these neurotransmitters in your brain, and they can speak to each other much more efficiently. You're going to have better memory retention, just overall, better benefits from a keto diet or a low carbohydrate diet in general.
Plus you think like the overall like well-being as well, because like you and I are on keto, right? And I have like more of like an overall well-being on being on keto versus having carbs.
Yeah, it's almost euphoric to some degree. 100% more euphoric. Your mental clarity it's through this roof. Like the reason why I started keto was not because I thought it was initially. I didn't think it was initially the best thing for like bodybuilding necessarily, which eventually I realized it was for me personally. But I wanted to, I run a few businesses, so it was mostly about the cognitive benefits that came from keto, because I had to think, I got so many problems throughout my day and it was stressful, and going on the keto diet relieved all my anxiety, all my stress. It really helped significantly with dealing with the workload.
Now, being on keto though, because I know we talked about energy loss with carbs, but you can also have energy loss at first being on keto.
Yeah, so you can have so if you go from a high carbohydrate diet, and then you go to like a keto diet, you're gonna feel tired for the first week or two, and that's your body kind of forcing itself into ketosis. And what ketosis is your body having a certain amount of ketones that are produced through your liver in your bloodstream, right? And so as you pull away from your energy source being carbohydrates, your body starts producing these ketones. And that's where you pull your energy from. And if you are having like keto, it's called keto flu. If you're having keto flu or you are having a lack of energy, you can use exogenous ketones, things like that. Should have. There you go.
American popsicle.
Yeah, it's American popsicle. So you can use exogenous ketones to help combat all that and get more energy, as well as reach ketosis faster.
And I know there's other cognitive benefits you wrote on the scoop, like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, so people can read that on your article, right?
Yeah, so I go into a deep analysis of this. It is my belief that diet is the building block to everything in your life, right? Like when we look at like American obesity right now, I believe we're 13th in the world for obesity. Really absurd. We have Alzheimer's, dementia at an all-time high. The world is not going in the right direction when it comes to diet and nutrition. We are just a diseased country overall, and it's getting worse. A lot of that has to do with the processed foods and the high carbohydrate foods. Like when you go through a grocery store, 2/3 of the food is carbohydrates, and they're usually processed carbohydrates as well. We were in there today, getting groceries, and there's an entire aisle on both sides for chips, and there's maybe 12 aisles or 20 aisles in the entire store. So a fifth of your aisles or 5% of your aisles are fucking potato chips. There's literally hundreds of bags of different flavored potato chips, and so going towards a keto diet or things like that are definitely more, health beneficial. And there's a lot of evidence of this. You look at America the last 30 or 40 years, and it is absolutely absurd what's happened. And you can blame lack of exercise, right? We're playing video games, we're on our phones and computers more. That's part of it. But the biggest thing is our food consumption, and going with a low carbohydrate diet is extremely beneficial. Typically, when you're doing keto, you're not eating processed foods as well, but it is extremely beneficial to go on the keto diet. For the cognitive benefits, whether it be Alzheimer's, dementia, tons of studies. You can check out the link below, and I wrote an article about this. In fact, all these videos, I have articles for every single video that we do where I write more in depth on the subject that we talk about. So, anyways, those are the health benefits for keto and the cognitive benefits for keto. So see you guys next time.